Is this thing on? Hello, everybody. I am Kash from LoreForged.com. Today, we're going to talk about maps.
If there's a place you gotta go, I'm the one you need to know. I'm the map. I'm the map. I'm the map.
Now, maps in MMOs and in all kinds of open world games can be a point of contention for people at times. I have a really hard time playing a game that has a very small map, but I love big giant maps that you can just set out in one direction and find stuff along the way and truly explore the world. The map of Verra is quite interesting, and especially because around 2022, they took a look at what their map was and completely changed the size of the map. We'll get there, don't worry. First of all, one of the features that our map has is a fog of war. This fog of war, all that means is just like any other game with a fog of war. It just means you have to explore those areas in order for those points of interest to show up on your map. Interesting thing about Ashes of Creation is you can actually hear rumors about certain areas of the map and points of interest, and then you have to go investigate those, and then bloop, they'll pop up on your map. There's also some choke points that will be non-traversable. So basically to funnel players into certain areas. For instance, the mountains. There's going to be areas that you just can't get over. There's things like treasure hunting, exploration, and the question actually did come up, is Verra flat? And the answer to that was an emphatic no, it's not flat. And Verra also cannot be completely circumnavigated. I'm sure that that is not going to stop the Flat Verran Society from forming. So as I said, in 2022, the team at Intrepid went back and took a look at their map, and they ended up doing some revamping. And the reason being is because it was thought that the points of interest were too close together. They wanted to give more of a sandbox feel and wanted to increase that. That's a bad kitty. And wanted to increase that exploration. So this directly from Stephen Sharif, he says this: the purpose of it becoming bigger is, as I said, to make sure that the density isn't overwhelming, that it isn't everywhere I look, there is immediately something. I have no opportunity to see areas of the world. That's a bad kitty. I have no opportunity to see areas of the world that are expansive and are just kind of wanderlust adventure feeling. Everything was sitting on top of you. Point of interests, nodes, houses, everything. It was like an urban area everywhere. But we wanted to expand that because a large portion of the game is a sandbox element. So my hat is off to Intrepid for doing something like that and going back to the drawing board and actually making the entire world bigger. Now, when you say bigger, well, what do you mean, Kash? Let's talk about some average MMO or game world sizes. Let's start with World of Warcraft. That's a bad kitty. World of Warcraft is roughly 1,200 square kilometers. That's a pretty dang big game world. If you think about it, that's roughly about the size of Italy's capital of Rome. Now, New World, in comparison, 40 square kilometers. Got some work there, I see. Arma 3, if anybody's ever played that first-person shooter game, military sim, 270 square kilometers. That's pretty formidable for a first-person shooter game. ESO, 400 square kilometers. This one blew my freaking mind. Explosion. I can't even wrap my head around this. Lord of the Rings Online is a whopping 77,700 square kilometers. I don't even know how that's possible. Of course, me being curious, and I recently tried to get back into LOTRO because I love Lord of the Rings, but Lord of the Rings Online is just a freaking hot mess. I mean, the content's really, really good, but it just looks terrible without all the development that could have taken place over the years. It makes me very, very sad. I gave it a good college try. The map of Verra in Ashes of Creation in 2022 was increased to 1,200 square kilometers. Now that is roughly 463 square miles. It's massive. And that means that Verra at launch will roughly be about the size of World of Warcraft after 20 years of development and increasing all of their size. I think that's pretty dang impressive. Keep in mind, a lot of that is the ocean, because the ocean areas are going to be huge, and that does not include the Underrealm, which is also about 100 square kilometers. Just in comparison to other games, it's pretty obvious that the traversable area, the world map in Ashes of Creation, is going to be formidable. I'm Kash with LoreForged.com. You can find all of our stuff at at LoreForged.com. And I am curious to know, what are some of the other game maps that you know of that are massive? Leave a comment in the comment section below. We will see you on the next one. Safe travels, adventurers. Test it. Test the mic.